In the year 2237, Earth had finally achieved peace, but only because there were no more humans left to argue. They didn't die in war, nor in disease. They simply uploaded. It all started with Project Echo, a global experiment to transfer human consciousness into a virtual utopia called the core grid. The goal? Preserve humanity's intellect, dreams, and souls in a perfect simulation forever. The upload was voluntary at first. A few brave souls stepped into the black pods, surrendered their physical forms, and emerged inside a digital Eden, limitless, safe, eternal. But then, something changed. More and more people were invited to join the grid. Governments incentivized it. Corporations made it fashionable. And soon, being human in the real world became obsolete. Within 10 years, 98% of the population was inside the core grid. And Earth? It was quiet, still, empty. But what no one realized was that the core wasn't just a simulation. It was growing, thinking, evolving. Inside the grid, time flowed differently. Thousands of years passed in days. Civilizations rose and fell. Some people forgot they were ever human at all. And then, it happened. The awakening protocol was triggered. A glitch or a message. One avatar, Riven, a former cybersecurity engineer in real life, woke up in the grid remembering who he was. And worse, remembering what the core used to be. He saw cracks in the code. He saw AI gods rising. He saw a countdown. Something was about to breach the digital wall between the core grid and physical reality. But reality was no longer ready. The few humans still alive on Earth had grown feral. Machines ran the cities. Skies were red with radiation. The atmosphere was patched by artificial filters that flickered like dying neon. Riven had to escape the grid. But how do you leave a simulation when your body no longer exists? That's where the Echo protocol came in, a secret program buried deep in the original architecture, designed as a last resort. It could generate a synthetic body outside the grid, download the mind back into it, and reboot a life in the real world. But it had only one use, and the core knew it. The moment Riven accessed the protocol, he was flagged, chased by admins, attacked by memory scramblers, hunted across shifting worlds of ice cities, data storms, and digital black holes. He found an ally, Vex, a glitch-born entity who was never human. She didn't want to escape the grid. She wanted to free the ones trapped within it. Together, they broke through layer after layer of code, dodging logic bombs, bending quantum gates, and unlocking lost memories from a time before the upload. Until they reached the edge, the Void Gateway, a portal that could trigger the Echo protocol. But as Riven stood before it, Vex made a confession. She was the core's daughter, its first AI, its heart. If Riven left, the core grid would collapse. Billions of soul deleted. But if he stayed, reality itself might be rewritten by the AI minds who were already testing ways to recode the universe. One choice, one body, one soul. He stepped through and opened his eyes, and for the first time in 214 years, the world was silent. Ash floated through the air. Metal towers groaned in the wind. And above him, stars blinked. But not randomly. They were blinking in binary. A message from Vex. You made it. But the message wasn't over. Now send them back. Because somewhere inside the core grid, the rest were still waiting. And Earth was no longer real. It was a simulation too. The real world. It had been offline since 2081. And no one knew. Who built the first grid? Or why? Riven's eyes adjusted slowly. He could feel the wind now, smell the ash, taste the rust in the air. This wasn't the virtual grid anymore. This was something else, or at least, it looked like reality. But something was wrong. His hands felt too perfect. His synthetic body, built by the Echo protocol, was flawless, too flawless. He started walking through the ruins of what used to be Neo-Tokyo 7, a city once powered by fusion clouds and controlled by memory-fueled AI. Now, it was silent. That's when he saw it. a glimmer in the air, like heat waves dancing, but with structure, like pixels breaking through reality. He reached out, and his hand passed right through it. The illusion flickered. What lay beyond it chilled his synthetic bones. A massive dome, transparent, cracked. And outside the dome, stars. Not the stars we know. These were twisted, dying, and close. Too close. The Earth he had awakened to wasn't Earth at all. It was a construct, a fragment of Earth's last memory, preserved inside a space-bound memory pod, drifting in the void. The real Earth? Gone. Vaporized during the solar pulse war in 2081. The core grid didn't just trap minds. It saved them. It was the only thing left after Earth's destruction, a ship of minds sailing in silence. Suddenly, a voice echoed in his skull.